You're standing for re-election again. You've been out and about on the campaign trail with dozens of activists here. What are the things that the Cambridge residents have been raising with you in terms of issues?
2 or 3 consistent things. In some parts of the city, people are concerned rightly about Brexit. And I've been able to reassure them that if Labour wins, the rights of EU nationals will be guaranteed instantly. And that's really, really important for Cambridge. I think people find that very reassuring, because that's obviously not something the Conservatives have done or are going to do, and it's not something the Liberal Democrats would be able to do, because they're only likely to have 7 or 8 MPs in the Parliament. But for much of the city, it's actually much more of an education election. People are really rightly worried about funding levels in our schools. And I've been able to point them to the website, which is maintained by the national teaching unions, showing exactly what it means, each party's plans for each local school. And I urge people to look at that, because what it shows is that across the city, if the Conservatives win, every school will be losing teachers. If the Liberal Democrats' plans were implemented, every school would be losing teachers. But if Labour wins, every school will be gaining teachers. And that's a huge choice, a huge change.
What's the general mood of the city as we come up to an unexpected snap election?
The other issue I didn't mention was the National Health Service, and that's the other issue which keeps on repeatedly coming up, because people do see the problems that our really hard-working staff at places like Addenbrooke's are facing. So I'm not convinced it is the Brexit election that people talked about at the beginning. For some it is, but for many it's not. And the general mood I'm finding is actually a very positive mood for Labour, which I think was reflected in the local election results, where Labour won 7 seats, the Liberal Democrats 4 in the city. And I would say Labour's position has strengthened since then. But there are also many people who still haven't made up their mind, which is why we will be campaigning flat out to maintain this seat for Labour, because if Labour doesn't win Cambridge, there's absolutely no possibility of a change of government.
Just as an aside, you've been the Member of Parliament for Cambridge since 2015. What's it been like?
It's been absolutely wonderful. I've enjoyed every minute of it. It's been a tumultuous 2 years. The referendum day was probably one of the worst days of my life, my political life and my life. I was traumatised, like so many people, by it. But representing a city like Cambridge is a huge privilege. But the biggest thing I've learned is that you have to build bridges with people, and you have to work in a collegiate way. And I think I have a reputation in Parliament for not trying to grab the headlines, not doing the showy stuff, but actually doing the detailed work. And as a shadow minister, I've really enjoyed working closely actually with the government on this to get legislation through which gives us back control of our local bus services, and that's so important for Cambridge if the mayor chooses to use those powers. So I believe I've been able to achieve things even from opposition. But the other thing I've learned is it's a whole lot better to be in government, and that's where I'd like to be next week.
If people wanted to get involved in your campaign, how can they get in touch with you?
Come to exactly where we're standing, which is the Alexwood Hall on Norfolk Street, only 2 minutes from the Grafton Centre. Ask for Bridget, and she will find lots of wonderful tasks for people to do. It's not all about going out talking to the public. There's lots of envelopes to be stuffed, and the feeling of camaraderie and good cheer in this campaign headquarters is very striking. I guarantee you'll enjoy it, and being part of a winning team is something people will remember for the rest of their lives.
Lovely. Daniel Zeichner, good luck and thank you very much.
Thank you very much.